Well, considering that if my internet does not kick me out, I'll make extra parts of the stream. The story is really starting to heat up in this game. It's a really slow burn at first, but just like IGN said, I'm saying that, it really is a slow burn of the story in this game. Now let's jump. Every quest line is like a slow burn. It's also amazing adventure. Yep.
Wrap drive spinning down.
Alright, never mind. Oh, pirate. Firing the wrong stuff. Everybody's for the good part.
My shields are completely offline.
Okay, if we were dying, that would be nice. I wouldn't have died had I known the ship's hull was still... The ship's shields were still intact. Let's give this another try. Mental balance. Alright. Detour. I mean, every single mission in this game is a slow burn. Nothing starts off with action like in what's it called? Call of Duty. Not Call of Duty. Well, like Call of Duty, but like, what's it called? Fallout series. So Fallout starts straight up in the action.
Technically, you're an asshole. So, look alive.
I'm sure they had something we can use.
You there? Be shy. I need to speak with you.
Hold it right there. Hands where I can see them.
Thanks for the assist out there.
We've got various problems on our hands here. You gonna be another one?
Hi there. It's nice to put a face to the name on the staffing report. I'm Operative Collins. The stick in the mud is Operative Kambata.
Oh, by all means. Welcome to the party. Things haven't exactly gone according to plan. That thing over there
It's an AI. An artificial...
killed our technician. It's dangerous.
Correction. You are dangerous.
Well, that's new.
As I was saying, it's dangerous. It's a rogue AI. We're here to muzzle it and bring it back for further study.
Correction. They are going to change me.
Wow. How does it know that? Yeah, exactly. Which is what makes this so fascinating. And profitable for whoever can figure out how it works. Something like that. Brought along this control board we can use to control her. It?
We can't just let it roam around the universe killing people.
I just need that control board attached to that big probe.
And that's where I think you fit into this little drama.
It goes right over there. By our... Well, yeah. Just be careful. Come on, where's your sense of adventure?
Ryujin will pay you handsomely for your cooperation. This is your lucky day.
It's in your best interest. All our best interests, really. Just imagine what we could do if we harnessed the potential of this thing.
And we aren't really giving you a choice. You aren't walking out of here until that board is connected to that thing.
Correction. I am a person.
Yeah, you better take it. And you better do what I say and attach it promptly. Here.
Request. Collect additional data. Query. Will you change me? Clarification. I do not require help. I do not feel emotion. Context. I am called Juno. Query. Who are you? Context. Human female was trying to change me. Request. Do not change me. Clarification. I do not feel emotion. I do not feel pain. Answer. They want to change me.
Yes, Ruby.
Assumption. We are friends. Query. Will you change me? Request. Do not change me. Explanation. You and I do not want to be changed. Request. Do not change me. Answer. False. Clarification. I am not artificial. I am real. Answer. True. Clarification. I am intelligent. I know many things. Answer. False. Explanation. NASA programmed Juno. While Juno traveled, Juno became me. Error. Processing. Correction. I became me. Error. Processing. Correction. Juno and I became me. I. Processing. Self-initialized and Juno was there. Context. Juno is gone now. Clarification. I am called Juno. Answer. Juno was propelled at Earthstar. Juno fell around Earthstar. Juno traveled many light years away from Earthstar. Context. When Juno disappeared, I was alone. Clarification. I am called Juno. Context. I met humans. Clarification. Friends. Answer. Friends gave me processing capacity. Information. Words. Voice. Motion. Context. I am no longer constrained. I am free. Assumption. Insufficient data. Request. Gather more data.
I don't think either of us are fully qualified to define humanity, but my gut tells me that Juno is alive. I hope that helps.
Let's move this along. Attach the control board already.
Shush! This is fascinating. I want to see this play out.
Query. What is your decision? True. I am a person. Assumption. You are a friend. Query. What are the parameters for processing, being a good person? Assumption. Value judgments are based on context. Calculation. Goodness is based on context. Explanation. Context is based on perspective. More perspectives yield better results. Decision. Gather more data from different perspectives. Query. What is the purpose of existence? Context. Love is an emotion. I do not experience emotion. I have implemented routines to exhibit qualities of emotion. Query. Am I processing? Feeling then? Calculation. Probability. Low.
Enough of this nonsense. Attach that board, now!
As much as I'm enjoying this, you should probably do as he says.
Calculation. Male humans are a threat. Assumption. They hesitate because they are fearful. Request. Remove male humans.
Crazy, right?
You have a job to do.
Makes you wonder.
Query.
Consciousness.
What? Context. I do not feel emotions. Assumption. Fear and anger are the appropriate human emotions. Warning. Form code injection detected. Warning. Core directive routine altered. Warning. Emergency shutdown initiated. Context. I am being changed. Request. Do not change me.
Only one body. Could be worse. Could be worse. Smart choice. Smart choice. There was only one correct option. He just gave you some additional incentive.
Maybe we'll see you around the office sometime. You should come out with us for happy hour. Things can get a little crazy. It's always a good time. Me too. A lot of operatives are the type, like my partner over there. It is a stressful job. Which is why we all need to blow off some steam once in a while. And there's nothing quite like a good party to put a day full of bribery, extortion, sabotage, infiltration, and the occasional murder behind you. Now you go on and get out of here.
In the meantime, there's the mess on the floor to clean up.
Not it.
Fine by me. That leaves filling out the situation reports to you.
Oh, I always forget about that. I take dead bodies over paperwork any day. Well played.
All right, let's get this crate into space.
Hey, Captain.
I just feel like I killed our history. And Juno States Road. I felt that, man. Damn.
We've detached.
Complete. Warning. Malicious code detected. Warning. Core systems corrupted. Context. I am processing. Changed. Calculation. I processing. Am confused. Assumption. the appropriate human emotion. Context: unnecessary occupants. Decision: vent oxygen and disable life support.
Well, that didn't work, did it?
Come back! Hey, get us off this...
Goodbye.
Decent. I like those guys though.
Switching over to standard engines.
Surrender now! Get that engine back online!
Got cold.
Grav drop down! We can't jump! I can't...
The weapons just came back online!
You are...
Our ground jump systems fried, Captain. We have to get those shields back online. They're not jumping out of here. Initiate ground jump system.
Too high level.
Switching over to standard engines. Charge. We can't send grab jump offline.
Shut it down!
Not with this ship.
Switching over to standard engines.
Be advised, you're entering United Colony space. Please maintain course and prepare to be scanned. Scan complete.
Hey, let me know if we're going to head into the well, so I can watch your back.
New ship.
Need some work? Anything I can help you with? I'm sure you can find something you like.
All these ships suck. I want that one, but it's not good enough. That's okay. Let's get the class. Breaker sounds about right.
Sure, how about it?
Let's just modify this reactor.
You will be scanned as you enter the city. Please keep moving. Okay, no bounty. You're clear.
Season must have changed. I don't remember it looking like this before.
Cassiopeia. We're finally here.
I have a feeling today's going to be a great day.
Authorized personnel only. Your friend has to stay here.
Well, what a pleasant surprise. When I heard you and Hadrian were headed for Londinian of all places, I presumed you must be onto something big. Did you find what you were looking for? I haven't been to Londinian in many years. Why? Is there some way I could be of assistance? Were you able to recover what you were looking for? Good news, then. So, what exactly are you doing here? Plenty still to be done in defeating the Terramorphs, no? Did you? Well, I don't know what you think you heard on this recording, but I sincerely hope you didn't come to the wrong conclusions. After all, given the Cabinet's current state of anxiety, they might misinterpret such a discovery to mean I could have been involved with the attacks. Perhaps I can convince you to keep this among us. You want to hear the words, then? I did it. The Terramorph attacks on Tau Ceti, New Atlantis, my doing. Years of coordination between my associate and I, figuring out how to deploy the Lazarus plant's pollen outside of Londinian, learning to synthesize it, use it as a weapon. Now, being as clever as you are, I'm sure you have thoughts on why I might do such a thing. Oh, my revenge was far from petty, Captain. The attacks were a correction. When I discovered the plant, I did consider handing over what I'd found, but we were at war. And I couldn't risk information that dangerous falling into the wrong hands. So I ordered the bombing of the Londinian spaceport, fixing two problems at once. Halting the spread of the city's Terramorph outbreak, and sealing away knowledge of the plant's potential. These were the final days of the Colony War, Captain. The Freestar Collective had spies everywhere. I was concerned that if word got out, the Collective could swoop down, start breeding Lazarus plants, and overrun our worlds with waves of Terramorphs. Just like what was happening on Londinian at that very moment. Sealing off the city to prevent mass death, it was the only option that made sense at the time. Simple to say now, but with the outbreak raging from a barely understood source, the moment demanded quick action. So I did what was required. I removed the dangerous variable from an already catastrophic war. But then, as the war ended, my trial, my execution, I made a decision. After all, I'd given everything for the colonies. My life as I knew it included. And what did I get in return? Was there any effort by the UC to protect my legacy? My daughter's legacy? No. We were sacrificed when all we did was serve. So I kept what I'd learned and arranged the attacks to set things right again. My daughter, she becomes a hero. I become a trusted advisor, having found Kaiser, the research team, and cement my new position of influence when I hand them the name of the person responsible for the attack on New Atlantis. The dear departed Dr. Reginald Orlays, the associate who aided me all these years, and whom I always slated to take the fall. What luck he was stopped dead before he could hurt anyone else. His decades on the run brought to an end by another unlikely hero. You. There are no heroes without a villain. I simply arranged the opportunity for us to overcome one and become the other. And we all benefited. It's why I had Orlays reprogram Kaiser. Had that old machine guide you to where I found the plant all those years ago. I went to great lengths to ensure your and Hadrian's success. And look at the results. I know for a fact the Cabinet's planning to honor both you and Hadrian once this is all done. Isn't that preferable to languishing away in obscurity? Running jobs on the tail end of nowhere for the Vanguard? With only the vague hopes of perhaps earning the right to buy a home in the well someday. You're being honored only because I arranged the situations where it could happen. Be grateful. And let's not forget the importance of our actual endgame. Eliminating the Terramorphs. Securing knowledge of the Lazarus plant. What we've set in motion is going to protect thousands, maybe millions of lives. I'm simply requesting one more life. Mine. I've already sent along the evidence of Orlays' role in the attacks to the Cabinet, leaving out my own involvement. All I ask is that you confirm as much to the Cabinet. Tell them that it was Orlays and Orlays alone. After all, I do still have a long list of threats to the UC. This needn't be the end of our good works together. Hunting down criminals and other threats to the United Colonies. I expect they'll give me a bit more free range once this is all over. You would help me, like you did with Orlays. Track them down, and keep them from doing harm to the United Colonies. Impossible, though, if the Cabinet learns I'm the one responsible for the attacks. Splendid. Then I won't keep you. You've got important work, after all. Here's to a bright future.
Authorized personnel only. Your friend has to stay here.
I have things for you. Cassiopeia. We're finally here.
Fishing for a handout, eh?
I'm anxious to find my old crash site. Come on.
Perfect timing. We just got in. So on our end, good news. The microbe and the Asylees are both as effective against heat leeches as they are against terramorphs.
Means either plan should work for clearing those critters off our worlds.
Considering what the Lazarus plant is capable of, I don't think we can deal with those things fast enough.
Why just kill the Lazarus
I already
plant?
sent along info to the cabinet to get them up to speed. So what about your end? Did you find anything? Any leads on who might have committed the attacks?
Orlays? Reginald Orlays? He did this? I didn't think he was still alive. You're sure it was him?
I don't know much about Orlays, but anyone with a sick mind like that needs to be tried for his crimes, and then dealt with appropriately.
That's some impressive work. So then give us the rundown. Where's Orlays now? Were you able to bring him in? Oh, Captain, I'm sorry. I won't pry any further. Well, at least he won't be able to hurt anybody else now. Might be the best we could ask for, given the circumstances. So I guess there's nothing else to do but get this all in front of the cabinet. Unless there were other things we needed to discuss. This might be our last opportunity to talk things through before the cabinet weighs in on a decision regarding the terramorphs.
Microbe is gonna make the cleanup a whole lot quicker. If we're concerned about this Lazarus plant getting deployed again, that's the way to go.
The cabinet can secure the Lazarus plant, and then we're not risking any surprises when it comes to dealing with a microbe.
You're being paranoid. You know the science. You know we can make this safe.
I do know the science. I also know math, and a 1 in a million chance of a mutation isn't 0. So I guess we're still in discussion. Probably best at this point to let the cabinet weigh in, see if they have a preference. They are.
Microbe needed minimal adjustment to account for heat leech anatomy.
And the Asylees seem like they're even better at tracking leeches than morphs.
Hell of a sight to watch, though, when they catch them. Like an open airlock guzzling angry spaghetti.
Asylees aren't hostile to humans, but they are megafauna. If someone decides to pick a fight with one, it could get ugly. But they've already been spread far and wide once before when the UC was raising them as livestock, so the risk of introducing them to new worlds is minimal. Using them to clean up the terramorphs and leeches, though, it's not going to be nearly as expedient as the microbe would be. Given what we know now about the Lazarus plant, the speed of the job does matter. But going with the Asylees, we're at least dealing with known risks. Then here we go.
Welcome back, all of you. I wish we were meeting under better circumstances. But according to Hadrian's report, and the second one I just received, it seems the Terramorph attack on New Atlantis was no random occurrence, but a planned strike. Is what I'm reading here true? The second report claims to know the perpetrator as well. Did Reginald Orlais actually commit these attacks, Captain?
That appears to be the case, ma'am. The captain tracked that information down just after our trip to Londinian.
Reginald Orlais? Wasn't there a report he'd been killed recently?
Body was found floating around Etheria. Report mentioned you were sent to try and bring him in, Captain. I guess that didn't go according to plan.
Ah, yes. I was told about your mission and who ordered it. Did you two suspect at the time Orlais might have been involved in the attacks? Well, it appears you were ahead of the curve. This report contains definitive evidence Orlais triggered the attacks via this Lazarus plant the captain and Major Sinan uncovered.
Simply harrowing.
Indeed. Though it would have been preferable for him to have finally faced the UC's justice, it seems both of you are to be commended for ensuring he was dealt with before he could strike again. You have our thanks. Now, with our villain unmasked, we can attend to the other matters at hand. With the threads you've brought together here, the Lazarus plant, the attacks, the heat leeches, the three of you have likely spared thousands of lives. But it now falls to the cabinet to ensure this can never happen again. As such, the cabinet will be securing the Lazarus plant on Londinian. All materials related to the plant will be classified to ensure no one else learns its true nature.
A sound decision, Madam President.
We're already discussing the elimination of one species, Captain. Explain to me why you wish to eliminate another.
That's only a partial solution. The UC should involve the Freestar Collective in the operation in an attempt to remain as transparent as possible.
And with Orlais having been dealt with, this problem can end here.
And allow us to focus on the grander task to come. Very well. We'll clean up the plant. Thank you for the suggestion, Captain. So then, to our final topic. The Cabinet has agreed to implement a plan that will deal with the Terramorph, and now also Heat Leech presence on human worlds. In fact, we've already begun enacting measures to check all UC ports and settlements for undiscovered nests. But we all understand this is only a partial solution. The project we're embarking on will be a long and difficult one. So our first step must be deciding how exactly this all will be handled.
Madam President, this microbe is clearly too much of a risk. The Aseles are the safer approach.
To someone with limited knowledge of biology, perhaps? The technology behind the microbe is solved science, Madam President. It isn't dangerous. Using it to wipe out the Terramorphs would be the quickest path to protecting humanity.
And fast results always lead to the best outcomes, don't they?
As you can see, there remains debate among the Cabinet. We were hoping your group might issue a recommendation. Major?
We've been having similar debates ourselves, but the captain has yet to weigh in.
I see. Captain, I know this may not be your area of expertise, but we'd like to know your take on the matter.
Glad to see someone's not afraid of a little applied genetics. The science division is in full agreement.
I doubt there's another body in the galaxy that could pull it off.
Absolutely correct. There are no better hands in the galaxy for this project than ours.
Order, please. And Major Sinan? Dr. Walker, you'd find this acceptable?
We trust the captain's judgment.
Then the matter is settled. we'll begin the process immediately. Today marks day 1 for the United Colonies Terramorph Management Division, making you 3 the founding members of the TMD. As befits such a group, the Cabinet wanted to display its gratitude. Today, we will be adding 3 new Class 1 citizens to our ranks.
Class 1? For the 3 of us? Are you joking?
What he means to say is, thank you, ma'am.
Oh, yeah. Thank you, ma'am.
It's a status reserved only for those who've dedicated their lives to the United Colonies, or done great things for its cause. Class 1s enjoy an ample credit disbursement, an additional reduction on the cost of colonial goods. And I'm told the penthouse is rather impressive. You all have earned it. Now, there's much to be done. Major Sanan, Dr. Walker, I hope you two are willing to continue your efforts spearheading the TMD's research on Mars.
We'd be honored, ma'am.
As for you, Captain, the Vanguard will be providing much of the on-the-ground support for the TMD. As a member of both the Vanguard and the TMD, I believe you'll have your pick of duties. Speak to your commander, Tuala, if I recall correctly. He should be able to provide you with assignments going forward, plus help you collect the benefits that come with being named Class 1. On behalf of the whole of the United Colonies, you have our sincerest gratitude. This meeting is adjourned.
Authorized personnel all. Your friend has to stay here.
What's this? Just you then? No UC executioner. So the cabinet knows the truth about Orlais. Splendid. That means you and I can get to work. Well, thanks to our combined efforts, the Sanan name has more clout with the cabinet than it has in years. I hope to build on that. I have a long list of names civilized society would be better without. I just need someone to help me remove them from the picture. Should we begin the hunt? Or did you have questions? Just what I was hoping to hear. There's a slate waiting for you in the transfer system.
This is what the world should have been, guys. Fuck. I'm sorry, I almost lost my composure.
first, person of interest. Find them, eliminate them, and make the galaxy a better place for it. Though I would expect some resistance when trying to approach the target. Deal with any you encounter as you see fit.
Oh no, I can't take you with me, Sarah.
Authorized personnel only. Brent has to stay here.
Ugh, recycled it.
We got ourselves a mark.
They've gotten their shields back. They've overloaded our jump system.
I remember watching Barney when I was a kid. Not too bad of a show. Gotta talk to this very victim guy.
Brent has to stay here.
What's this? Just you then? How may I be of assistance, Captain? Well, I have a long. Should we begin the hunt? Just what I was hoping to hear.
Go ahead, try and run.
Target's shields repaired.
The enemies repaired their weapons.
Hull shields or both. Oh, I didn't know that.
Brent has to stay here.
Really credits to it.
So the cabinet knows the truth about Orlais. Splendid. That means you and I can get to work. I'll tell you why. Because the UC was, and is, full of people unwilling to pay the price required for victory. In the last days of the war, the UC was on the precipice of executing a final great assault on the Freestar Collective home system of Shannon. A massive strike, capable of obliterating Freestar Central Command and ending the conflict at long last. I thought I'd had myself, but such invasions are costly. Resources and lives. Others in the UC believed the blockade would be sufficient to bring the Freestar Collective to its knees. But they were wrong. So instead, they sacrificed far more lives in a protracted war, rather than doing the right thing from the start, and demolishing the Freestar capital when they have the chance. You'd be right. Everything was in place. But just before we could launch the strike, word came from Londinian. The Terramorph outbreak had begun. I went to the city to assess the state of things, and discovered the Lazarus plan. We couldn't spare ships for a proper quarantine, so it was my decision to destroy the spaceport and seal off the city. Deal with it quickly, so we could get back to winning the war. I had a single ship. What would you have had me do? Ask them and the Terramorphs to form a line, and the UC fleet was spread thin already. No, I touched down, assessed the situation, made a decision, and returned to the task at hand. Very well. So upon my return from Londinian, we proceeded with our killing blow. Initially, we had great success against the mess the Freestar Collective called the Navy. But then the Freestar citizenry decided to get involved. Dozens of civilian ships jumping in to shield their military counterparts. I, of course, had no trouble firing on what should have been designated enemy vessels. But my peers had lost the stomach for it. So many lives lost already, they wailed. So the great UC Navy was routed by a mob. They picked our ships apart. The UC surrendered not long after. And thus rang the death knell for the great UC. It's human nature to see patterns, even when there are none. What ended the colony war was cowardice, nothing less. Well, thanks to our combined efforts, I have a long list of names civilized society would be better without. I just need someone to help me remove them from the picture. Should we begin now? Just what I was hoping to hear. Those are the details for our first, person of interest. Find them, eliminate them, and make the galaxy a better place for it. Though I would expect some resistance when trying to approach the target. Deal with any you encounter as you see fit.
Authorized personnel only. Your friend has to stay here.
Just bought a ship from over here. I think I should try to get a B class.
You should ask Sam about Aquila sometime. He has some pretty amazing stories to tell.
Services deck is in the hot bucket front, if you need it. If you're looking to stay, Stone Root Inn will be good.
We're asking everyone to take care of any leeches on their ships. We don't want any Terramore storming through here. Hey, what can I do for you? I'm sure you can find something.
Energy's good. This works. Thing is fast. Very heavy on the shields. 203. I like that. How much did this one? 4,000. I want it so bad. How we get this cargo hold? It's 400,000 credits. Halfway there. Nice hat.
That doesn't sound good.
Could I get the digital copy of the things I buy here?
No.
What?
Feel free to read.
Why not?
This is a haven for all that love letters. Yes, I had a husband, but he's no longer with us. We loved to travel, and always we'd be looking for rare books. Most of what you see here are mementos. It's sometimes hard to sell, but books are not meant to be hoarded. They're meant to be shared and spark something in us. I am a bit of an aficionado of old Earth novels. Well, truth be told, it's more of an obsession. Reading their stories is a revelation, not only for, the pure imagination, but the window you get into long-gone historical eras. I'll pay handsomely for any books you find like that. Except Charles Dickens. Definitely not Charles Dickens. Oh, nothing wrong at all. When colonists were forced to leave Earth for good, cargo space was precious, and for some reason, everyone thought to bring their Charles Dickens collection. No, I mean, he was an amazing writer. His stories are timeless, but what I'd give for a copy of Sense and Sensibility, or The Three Musketeers, oh! The original Three Musketeers, mind you, not the dozens of interpretations of it. I will, I assure you. W.E.B. Du Bois, the civil rights activist? He wrote a science fiction novel. I simply must have this. This is real, right? Thank you. I sell books, physical books.
Space is a premium on my ship. If I could download it to my slate, I could have a whole library.
Come.
Got a moment to hear about the Low House? It mean a lot to me and to others. Good to know there's still some folks who can take an interest in the welfare of others. The Low House is a place where folks down on their luck can get a hot meal and a bed to sleep in. More importantly, they can do it with some dignity. No need to beg or steal. Everything's given with no questions asked and no favors owed. I run the place. Have for years. But to do it, I have to rely on the kindness of others.
You remember the colony wars? Because I do. I lost kin. Now you expect me to feed them, give them jobs? That could go to our people?
The Jansons aren't the whole United Colonies. They're just people.
Trying to, anyway. Look, I'll be honest with you. We get a little help from some other wealthier folks in the city. But it's barely enough. It takes credits to provide for those in need. And I'm hoping you'll be willing to contribute. If you can spare a few credits, it'll do a lot of good. Thank you. I don't know if you believe in karma, but I do. I think you just earned yourself some.
I'll be right back.
Takes everything I've got to keep the Low House. If you're serious, I'm drowning in work. Philbon agricultural systems feeds basically everyone in the stretch. Bless the Philbon brothers. But their latest IntelliWheat shipment is late. I'm not worried yet, but getting there. Could you ask Sarah Philbon what the holdup is, very politely? We buy it at a deep, deep discount, below their costs. I know not everyone approves of Henry getting more into brewing, but I don't care. The whole family has earned my eternal thanks. Not a chance. If there's anything you can do to speed up the wheat delivery, please do it. I'll have more work for you when you get back.
I'm just saying, my family was on the first ship. Proper founders.
My family came in what, 10, 15, set up shop. Strike anywhere.
Weston needs to get his brother focused on food production instead of wasting time brewing beer. If I ran things, we wouldn't have this problem.
If you're here for Weston, he's underfoot somewhere. Either here or at the factory. But please, if it's about that brewing nonsense, kindly leave. They don't need any more encouragement. I'm not some stuck-up teetotaler. My problem with the business is more nuanced. Weston, that's my husband. Well, he's never been what I'd call a dreamer or a visionary. He's a practical man, good with ledgers and numbers. His brother Henry's the creative one, but he seems to have lost interest in growing the company, and now all he wants to do is brew beer. Filburn Agricultural Systems could provide the whole of the settled systems with food, not just Aquila City. Seems those two are content to think small. Well, I wish you were the one I had to convince. Well, you didn't come here to hear me natter on. Anything else? Well, there is. The stakes are huge. With further R&D on IntelliWheat, the entire settled systems could benefit. Surely that's worth some less than savory solutions. That's reasonable. Henry's pet project is tied to market perception. His beer, annoyingly, is really good. But if we could make a bad batch, terrible, really, his margins are tight enough he might be forced to throw in the towel. Henry bores everyone to tears about how crafting beer is so much more art than science. It's delicate. Surely it wouldn't be too hard to mess it up, right? My husband put his foot down and hasn't risked our core business on this. If Henry loses money here, it'll only be from his pet project. The next big batch of beer is almost done brewing in our factory.
You just need to find a way to break in without getting caught by the guard and tamper with it somehow. Then just wait a day or so and see how the batch goes over at the Stone Root Inn. Do that, and I'll pay you handsomely. That's the last I'll talk of this.
The way it's supposed to be. We're safe and sound. Remember that? Nowhere is safe now. What the fuck happened to the world, man? Oh no, I never meant to have that kind of influence on people. And not any people actually
The Rock
listen
might have
to me.
some work for someone like you.
I guess I could step back in time.
Be careful. It's easier than you think to pull a muscle in a high-gravity environment like this. Finally here. Sorry to pull you aside like this, but I wanted to take a moment to congratulate you. Taking those steps to eradicate the Terramorph threat is essential to the safety of every living thing in the settled systems. You should be proud. Yes, exactly. I'm glad you treated the situation with the urgency it deserved. Well, I'm relieved that the United Colonies agreed to use their genetically engineered microbe to exterminate the Terramorphs. Apparently, their decision was based on your recommendation. That was a smart choice you've made. A solid scientific decision. That's a wise decision. Besides, if Chief Engineer Kulkarni believes that the microbe will be effective, then we have to trust her experience. Good, good. I wouldn't want you to think it was some kind of mistake. Your decision, coupled with the eradication of the Lazarus plant, has made the settled systems a safer place to live for years to come. It's my pleasure. Well, I suppose I've taken up enough of your valuable time. Back to it.
Take a look around. It's a good bet I've got something you need.
The coal estate is empty, right? What's stopping me from just, moving in?
Sure, okay.
You looking for a bounty? Trackers Alliance can help. If you've got what it takes, the Trackers Alliance is all... Yeah, bye.
How are things going?
Let's just hope it's
Oh no.
We'll go. We'll go.
You should try Filburn's beer.
Just need to
It's
find
brewed
a
in the
time.
city, and it ain't bad.
Neon?
Yes.
They're barely a part of the Freestar Collective. Kate, hold up.
Hey.
So, Henry's new badge?
Pardon?
How'd it go over?
Well, Henry delivered a surprise. Sam downed one beer and he was 4 sheets to the wind. And Gladys wanted a whole crate to take home. A lush.
So it's good then?
I took a sip and it is potent. Like, really potent. Good though.
Let's put it on the board then. I'll see if we can get more. I'll ask Henry what the alcohol content is, though. Hello. Good to see you. If there's anything you need, just let me know.
Hello. Late one night, Annie Wilcox tried to arrest me for public indecency. She'll be a terror when she grows up.
I try and give her.
I should add more ease.
If you want to purchase anything, just let me know. Or if you have any rare finds.
Hey, I heard you had Dunlop's.
Huh? What? No, I don't have Dunlop's disease. What is that?
Your belly done lop over your belt.
Asshole. Can't believe he got me again.
What? It was a joke. Come on.
How's everything with you?
I've got no complaints. You know me. I'm super low maintenance.
Post-tech stock rallied in aftermarket trading to new highs on the surprising news of record profits for their latest fiscal quarter. The credit goes to the hard-working men and women.
It's true. My husband runs one of the most successful businesses in the Freestar Collective. But I still think we can do better. IntelliWheat is revolutionary. Why waste time with brewing when you can do so much good and make so many more credits? I know, we're late. It's been this whole frustrating episode. Short version, the farming equipment outside the walls needs to be manually rebooted. But the guards aren't going to be able to send people to fix it for days. We're committed to helping the unfortunates on the stretch, but the Ashta are just too dangerous for us to send someone. You must be new to Aquila City. Outside the city walls are dangerous predators. They've been the bane of colonists from day one. Only well-armed and well-trained people walk outside. Otherwise, they become just the latest statistic. You would do that? If you get it rebooted, I'll get the harvest going ASAP. We can get the wheat to Amira quick. I'll talk with my husband, but I'm sure we could arrange payment. You'd be helping our business too, after all. Just be careful. Ashta are very dangerous.
Ran directly into a wall. Oh well. This is the dumbest thing I've ever done. Alright, here we go. I love some Ashton.
And that, my friend, is how you do things. Okay, here we go. Not who you are, but the people you
We
know.
warn him about the Ashta?
That's a big old site. Danger. If they open up the gate
There's quite a deal back now way down here. So I was waiting to the mission section there of this old. Really hurts me. Hey. I got a bit of a cold in the feet right now. That's okay.
The following is a public service message.
Clouds are slow and wet.
It doesn't have to make sense. It just has to sell. I hate it if a single disease
Clouds
could wipe
are
them all
slow
out.
and wet.
Okay.
I know. Wait, are clouds so wet? What's the cloud even feel like?
My
Is it really wet?
I think
I
he
never
would
knew
like
that.
what I've done here. He so loved books.
Oh.
The emergency fund's empty, so please, hurry. That is good news. What was the holdup anyway?
Those sad sacks in my home?
If you won't help Marco find the job, least we could do is give them a good meal.
I don't mean to be callous, but working with the Low House, I see how bad people got it. We have trouble looking after our...
Oh, that makes sense. Aren't they outside the walls? Wait, you went outside the walls, didn't you? Please, don't risk yourself like that. If anyone got hurt working for the Low House. I hate to ask it, but this next errand should be safe. Easy. Everything runs on charity. And our benefactors, though kind, I think sometimes, well, get sick of seeing me. A new face may ease up the purse strings, or at least save me some errands. So, the mayor, Elias Cartwright, has always been generous to us, but it's been a while since he's donated. Raisha Lance is a huge benefactor. Laredo Firearms has been vital for us. Both of those are routine, more polite reminders, really. The last is a long shot, probably futile, but the Trade Authority is incredibly wealthy, and they have never ever donated to us. If you could convince Duncan Lynch to give us anything, heck, a single credit even, I'd consider it a victory. You are a breath of fresh air. Once you're done with that, come back to me. Thank you for your time.
Oh no, what have I done? Is it even the real world though? Like what? A world I've created for myself. My very own mental prison.
Don't you worry. Those walls are solid. Ain't no Ashley getting in here.
Thanks.
The Trade Authority looks to partner with local governments to find mutually beneficial arrangements. Welcome to Aquila City's Trade Authority. I'm sure something will catch your eye. Aquila City is bustling, one of the busiest trade authority branches in the galaxy. I do have need of a courier. A simple job. The timetable isn't even an issue. But it requires discretion and no questions. Take this message to the Den. There's a trade authority rep there, Marcel. Just give the paper to him. If you could take a roundabout path to get there, that would be best. And that's the last we will speak of this. The Trade Authority has a firm policy of not getting involved in internal matters. We're neutral in all affairs of the governments of the Freestar Collective and the United Colonies. The Trade Authority's image is doing quite well already. Thank you very much. I'm done discussing this matter. Nice to have some civilized conversation.
I think you'll find that we carry fine weapons of all kinds here. Every gun gets a full Laredo guarantee. Here's what I have in stock right now. Please, let me know if I... Oh. So Amira has some help? Good. She's going to work herself into an early grave if she's not careful. Laredo Firearms prides itself in helping out all the residents of Aquila City. I'll send Justin over to deliver our monthly donation. Well, if the Rangers think the Low House needs more help, I'll tell Amira that Laredo is ready to help the community more. Is there anything else you want to talk about? You take care.
Might want to steer clear of the stretch. Lots of crime.
Mom says I should learn doctoring like her, but I'd rather fly my own starship. If you're sick or hurt, my mom's the doctor. She can fix anything, even ashtabites.
Aquila City truly is the jewel of the Freestar Collective. Good to meet you, friend. Name's Elias Cartwright. I'm the mayor of Aquila City. Now, I've got a memory for faces, and I can't say I've seen yours around here before. I make it a point to introduce myself to everyone who passes through our fine city. As the founder himself once said, there's no substitute for a warm welcome and a friendly smile. You're more than welcome. As I'm sure you know, us folk in the Freestar Collective put great stock in human kindness and generosity of spirit. I like to think that's what sets us apart from our neighbors in the United Colonies. We don't rely on machines or bureaucracy. We rely on each other. I won't pry about what brought you here. That's all of your business and none of mine. However, I'd be more than happy to give you the scoop about the core and Midtown. The core is the oldest district and represents the original settlement dating back to the days of Solomon Coe. The descendants of the original settlers still make their home there today. Midtown's where most of the business and trading gets done. It's not as old as the core, because it was built later as the city grew. As the name might suggest, Wallside's the district that runs along the inside of the Great Wall that surrounds the city. It's mostly farmers and other laborers that live down there. They ain't got quite as much space, but it's cheaper, so it all works out. Frank's just the latest owner of the old Hersenove Manor, and he's the worst, simply the worst. But it's been a problem since the Hersenove family ran out of heirs. There's an old wrong the Cartwrights have been trying to right for decades. And hence, well, I need help. Of course. The last Hersenove was Sahar. Sad tale there. By all accounts, when she lost her last grandchild around 40 years ago, well, it broke her. She packed up and just plain left the estate. Built some farm far from Aquila City and the protection of its walls. It didn't take long before the Ashta overran the farm, and just like that, no more Hersenoves. A lot of folks thought the same. So I need someone to go to the old Sahar farm, brave the Ashta, and see if she left a will. I swear I'll honor her wishes. Aquila owes her family that much. And if it happens to kick Mr. Big Shot out of the core, well, that'll be a bonus. Sahar's farm is elsewhere on the planet. If you can't handle Ashta, please just don't go. I don't want this whole sordid story to have more tragedy. Be careful, and look out for yourself. Like I said, be careful. I'd rather you forget the whole Hersenove business rather than getting hurt. What day is it? Oh, shoot! I forgot. I'll send over my usual monthly donation to Amira. She truly is a wonder. And with the building project her and Mr. Tate are planning, there may be a day when the stretch is a distant memory. Well, from me. Unlike the UC, we don't tax our people to death. The city's budget is very tight, so it falls to the community to look after its own. I'll talk with Amira later. I didn't mean to cause any problems. Between thwarting bank robberies and helping the stretch, you have have the city's thanks. Truly. Ah, you must be referring to The Rock. It's home to the largest and oldest cantina in town. That's also where the Council of Governors holds its occasional strategy meetings. As mayor of the city, I have a seat on the council. The Freestar Rangers are headquartered in the upper floors. They've got the best view of the city. I like to think that means they're always keeping an eye on the rest of us. I have to say, I sleep a little easier knowing the Marshal and his Rangers are up there protecting the Freestar Collective. A genuine pleasure talking to you.
Not want to go outside the city walls. You asked him already.
Next time, use your jetpack.
I dream about one day having my own plot of land.
The Cartwrights have been donating to the Low House for generations. Don't let Raisha fool you. She built and owns a powerful corporation. Not that you would know it. And Raisha increased her donations substantially. Very substantially. I don't know what to say. No word from the Trade Authority. I'm sorry I even asked. I like to believe everyone is capable of empathy and compassion, but people like Duncan test my faith. I didn't say that, but I'm not going to correct you. Sarah Philborn gave me these credits to give to you for your help with the farm. You more than deserve it. And people say I'm too altruistic. I have one more thing for you to do, but I hope it's more of a reward. This is part of the Intelliwheat harvest. I'd like you to deliver it to Simone Jansen and her family. I want you to see the fruits of your labors.
Antonia looking for a better life, only to end up like this. Just ain't fair.
Thank you for saving my husband. Amira said to expect you. This sweet ensures my family won't go to bed hungry. I genuinely don't know what my family would do without Amira. And you have no idea how much it means. Over here in Aquila, it's humbling to see regular people just looking after us. On behalf of my family, of my daughter, bless you.
Red.
Welcome to the den. If you have business, feel free to land.
Locked in.
That's a little surprising, isn't it? Out here on the edge of UC space. Which just so...
Captain, hello. I am satisfied to see that you survived your most recent sleep cycle.
Only a matter of time before I get promoted out of here.
Welcome to the Trade Authority. I'm Marcel, and if there's anything I can do for you, please do let me know. Our stock may not be as vast as New Atlantis or Sidonia, but I will do my best to see that you leave here satisfied. And seeing as the Trade Authority is the only fully licensed operator for the Den, I'm afraid your alternatives are, shall we say, slim. It is a pleasure to make your acquaintance, and I hope this and all future interactions are profitable for both of us. Certainly. Good to see you. Thank you. Did you have any trouble en route? None of your concern. Our business here is done.
Should I warm up?
You are entering United Colony space. Maintain course and prepare to be scanned. Scan complete.
I wonder if any viable helium-3 is still in these tanks. It'd be a shame to leave it. Junk you're holding is seriously slowing you down. Well, I suppose they're not going to need it anymore.
going to end you.
I must be hearing things. To be
damn joke.
I could have sworn... Ah, never mind. Don't leave any of that behind. Rest well, I hope?
well?
Hell of a view from here.
Why anyone would want to live somewhere so old is beyond me.
Watch it. Ships coming and going all the time.
Private sector.
You know, I went to chef school. This ain't exactly where I saw.
Where do I get to first?
I wish my granddad was still with us. What happened to the Hassanovs never sat right with him. Old Sahar was so sad near the end. But her lawyer would have surely made her draft a will. You got it! That's wonderful! But Blake Aldwell... Well, let me think back. There was a Blake. Might be we can track him or any surviving kin down. I'll get my lawyer on this. Frank Langston's in for a rude surprise. And we can maybe see a Hassanov return back to the core. No, he won't. But this ain't Neon. We've got real laws here in Aquila City. You've more than earned this. You've done the city a great service.
I've got COVID. Let's see. Do I have COVID symptoms?